Okay, I'm going to go to habit number 5. We did a ton of cognitive therapy. Does anybody know what cognitive therapy is? Wendy knows what it is. Steve knows what it is. All right, I'm going to make this brief because it's really quite complex, but I want to make it very simple. Cognitive therapy is based on the belief, or all the research, there's so much research behind this, that what you think determines what you feel. And if what you think is distorted or extreme or not realistic, you're going to feel really bad because you're basically responding to something that's not real. So this is when a kid says, I am so stupid, I get everything wrong, or I do everything wrong. And you're thinking, oh, how would that make you feel? So this person, Burns, he's not the creator of cognitive therapy, which is hugely popular, but he wrote a book called Feeling Good, the New Mood Therapy. It is a classic, and every parent should just know of its existence. I put down the cognitive distortions on here that he names, and they're things like black and white thinking, all or nothing thinking, labeling. You don't ever want your children to label, because if they call somebody else a loser, chances are they're going to be calling themselves a loser. So my daughter doesn't use those terms, but she's still very young. And when she's around people who do, they'll probably start using them. But if my daughter said, no, he's a loser, I would say there's no such thing as a loser. There's only a human being. Because the minute you've given yourself a label like that, there's no wiggle room. You can't get out of it. So that's just one distortion, but there's about 10 of them. Another one, catastrophizing. Another one that I really like and I've used with adult executives who had trouble getting things done, which, you know, you'd think by that time you wouldn't have so much trouble, but they really did. It was minimizing the positive. What they would do is they'd say, I've worked on this project all day and I haven't gotten anywhere. That is not going to motivate you to get back on that project. So when my daughter says, it's 10 o'clock and I haven't done anything, and I say, but that's not true, so put that in a realistic term. And she comes back and she goes, there's 10 problems and I've only done 2. And I say, you've done 2. Give yourself credit for the 2. Go to bed, tomorrow get up and do a few of them. You get a much different feeling when you say, I've done 2, than when you say, I've done nothing. So if you ever, we worked with these kids, and we worked with adults on this, and by then, those habits are so ingrained because you don't know what it is you're saying to yourself, but it's affecting your mood. But if you sense with your child that they're saying these extreme things, I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, could you rephrase that? Why not get them in that habit now? And I do this with my daughter, and she knows it's coming. She'll go, okay, not always. It happens a lot. Like, she likes to tell me that school's boring. School is always so boring. And I go, could you just rephrase it? She goes, it's boring most of the time. Okay, that's okay. It's still more middle ground. So it's a great, there's also a workbook that goes with it. It's just a great thing to know about, and it's the best treatment. By the way, the research has proven that cognitive therapy works for depression as well as antidepressants, which is fascinating, really fascinating. And that's why the insurance companies will pay for your therapist to do cognitive therapy. It's because insurance companies saw real results, so they support it. The problem is that nobody talks about, by the time an adult has all these ingrained thinking habits, it's really tough to get them to tease it out. I mean, Wendy, you know, we use this stuff and the person's like, oh,
automatic thinking.
Oh, it's so hard. But think of it, a 9-year-old, a 12-year-old, they can just automatically, okay, all right, not always, a lot of the time. But what a great leg up they're going to have. So, I don't know what our time is. Anybody?
Yeah, what was the name of the book?
The name of the book is Feeling Good, the New Mood Therapy. Sorry, the New Mood Therapy. There's a workbook that goes with it, and it's by Burns. I can't think of his first name. Do you know? David. I've actually seen him speak.
It's at Burns. They keep it at Barnes & Noble.
Yeah, you can get it.
You guys, I've given that book, and the book was written in, what, the 80s?
Yeah.
And I've given that book to, I don't know, 100 people?
It's a big, yeah.
Big fat, I still use it myself. I mean, every now and then I'm just like, what am I doing here? Yeah. It's really, really helpful for your children. So how are we on time?
We're good.
What have we got? Another 10 minutes? Perfect. We're perfect. Okay, so the next thing, we're almost there. Okay.